All right, Leo.
Yes.
Leo, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
Originally, I was born and raised in Corpus Christi, Texas, and lived there till when I was 23 years old. And then so I was in prison for 4 years. And then I got out, and then my mom passed away, so I moved to California.
What was your family like as a kid?
As a kid, my dad was a great man. As far as I know, he was around till when I was 8 years old, and he passed away from colon cancer.
Mm.
And as a young kid, I was went through some hard times. My mom became an alcoholic, and also went through some hard times where we were living in the house, but and no food, no furniture, no nothing. Supporting my sister, me, myself. My mom, an alcoholic, leaving us there by ourselves in the house. My mom would come home sometimes at night with different men who would molest my sister. And I also was molested when I was little. And I started drinking from there at the age of 8. Started smoking weed at the age of 8. Tried my cocaine when I was 13 years old. Lived a hard life, working at the age of 8 years old out in the fields. Uh, After that, my mom cleaned up, but I still had my issues where she got remarried and she had my stepdad, I ended up finding out that he was an alcoholic, and went through some rough times with him. And where he would just take advantage and abuse us as a little kid, and I would take it out and drinking, since I was already drinking, uh, and protect my little sister, you know, and go to school. My mom never believed me when I would tell her, so I did stuff on my own, and I took care of my sister. Finally, they got separated, and it was just me, my mom, and my sister. My mom is diabetic. She got one of her toes amputated, got her leg amputated, and I lived with my mom until she passed away on November 11th, 2014. And moved out here to California. But I was doing cocaine when I was still living in Texas. Doing cocaine, moved out here, found doing crank out here. I've been doing drugs, acid, pills, everything, and I basically tried everything. So, but my worst times were when I was the crackhead, a real bad crackhead. I did a lot of crack. I used to buy cookies, what they call cookies. I used to owe my check to every Friday, grab my check, go give it to the dope man, give me a cookie, be a crackhead, smoking crack all day long, all night long, till when I had to go to work, be at work, little breaks here and there. Did that for 4 years, smoked crack. Finally, one day I just got tired of it, quit doing crack, started doing cocaine. Went from cocaine to crank. Cocaine, I was doing it in Texas, moved to California, started doing crank.
Crystal meth.
Yeah, well, it was called crank. It's like crystal meth, and which they had colors in it, which they were pink or peanut butter, and to me it was good, that because I like to be up. I would work, but I had my drug addiction. But to support it, I would work. I worked, oh man, 70 something hours. They would have to tell me to quit working because I was working so much. But I never let the drug take too much, which at the beginning I did. I was so bad that I was stealing, like, which I still do, I still do it now because I have to support my habit. But, and crank moved out, crystal meth came in, and now I'm doing crystal meth. I used to snort it at the beginning. And, okay, let me get to this. I moved up to, when I was in school, okay, I used to be a football player. I used to play baseball, football. I was an athletic guy. I was going to get a scholarship to Texas Tech. I was getting scouted. I was in high school. I used to have scouts come and look at me. I was a fullback, tailback. Wherever you put me, I would play. That was me. Scholarship comes around, what do? Don't go to it, stay with my drug. I leave it like that. Screwed it all up. Started doing other drugs. That's when I just started doing cocaine, started doing crack, all this other stuff. You know what? I could never get rid of it. I would leave one drug to go to another drug, substitute it with another one. And it was like, what the heck, And like, drinking came along. I was always drinking. I was always doing something. But I left drinking when my son came around. My son's 13 years old now. It's been 13 years that I haven't drank. But I quit drinking, but I still stayed with my meth. She snorted at the beginning. Never smoked it until one day I asked my wife, I said, hey man, I need some shit, man. I don't have anything. She goes, the only thing I have is in a pipe. She goes, but you don't do that. I said, well, show me how to do it and I'll do it. So she says, this is the way you do it. You just got to melt it down in here, but don't heat it up too much and you got to twist it. And I said, is that it? And she goes, yeah. I said, okay. Did it the first time. She goes, but don't hold it in too long. Okay. Boom, I felt this little rush. And from there, that Pookie was my best friend. I never left it alone. I wouldn't not let nobody touch it. I'd clean it up. Had it with me all the time. Never left it behind. Till this day, I still do it. But I function. I can talk to people. I like talking to people. I like being around people. I like meeting people. I like doing things. I'm a jack of all trades. I know how to do electrical work. I do welding. I do mechanic work. I do all kinds of stuff. I surprise a lot of people because they see me and they think I don't know shit. I'm not book smart, but I'm street smart. I'll tell you that much. I know that. I'm not book smart, but I'm street smart. And the thing is this, that the way it is in society is, if you're not supporting your own habit, nobody else is going to do it. So I support my own habit. I go to stores. I go take whatever I need to take to make my money, to go buy my stuff so I can have. And this is an everyday thing. This is an everyday thing. This is what I do every day. I make money, I hustle, go buy my drugs, do my drugs, but I never ask nobody else for help because I don't want to owe nobody. This is my problem. This is my issue. This is the way my life is. When I want to straighten it out, I think I'll tell somebody. I'll go look for help. But right now, I don't think I want it. I don't think I just want to be where I want to be yet. I know where I want to be in 5 years from now. I know where my goals are, but I'm still not ready for it. So this is what I'm doing now. And I live out and like I run into so many people, and like these people out here, they want to take my shit, they want to jack me for my shit. You have to be on your P's and Q's all the time. And the P's and Q's are like the most important thing in your life, like being on the streets. If you're not on them, They're gonna rob you. They're gonna take your shit every fucking time, and it's not the coolest thing. Cause you work your ass off to go fucking take that shit, and so somebody else can take it from you. No, it's not gonna work that way. I don't have friends out here. I don't like talking to people. I don't like, cause your own friends. You don't have friends out here in the streets. These ain't friends. Cause they steal from you. They'll lie to you, laugh in your face, act like they're your friends. As soon as you get off your P's and Q's, they take your shit and they're gone. But they'll come back when they're done with your stuff, getting rid of your stuff. They'll come back and be your friend again, saying that they never took it, but knowing damn well that they did. There's people out here that you got to know, and those are the people that, if you're not keeping attention, if you don't pay attention to them, they're gonna fucking stab you in the back. All these dope fiends that are out here, even me. But that's one thing my code is, I will not rat anybody out. I don't do that shit. There's people out here that rat people out so much that it's like horrible, man. Because they don't want to go be inside jail, fucking dope sick and all that. Me, I won't. I'll go do my time, come back out, do my thing. But you know what? I'll tell you one thing that I see a lot is people talk about, everybody talks, even me, that I want to be clean. They want to be clean. But we don't make an effort. And it's because we're not ready. And people want us to do something that we don't want to do. When we're ready, I think we'll go to somebody and look for help. Your body will tell you, hey, there's too much of this. You know what? You got to go get help. And you'll go to somebody, you'll find somebody. And you will do this on your own. You don't need nobody else to tell you. You don't need somebody else to come and tell you, hey, you know what? Go get cleaned up, man. No, when you're ready, you'll go do it yourself. And to me, it's like, I'm not ready. When I'm ready, I'll go to somebody. I know where to go, but I'm not ready. I still I gotta smoke my stuff. I still do, you know. Like this morning, I had to get my stuff. I had to smoke my shit before I came out here. People smoke weed. To me, that's weed. Me, that's what keeps me moving. If I don't smoke my stuff, like right now, I feel like smoking. You know, I do. But I know I can't right now. But I know once I leave from here, I am. Because I feel like smoking already, you know. I need it. And it's like, I already have my shit already ready. So when I leave from here, I already have it ready. I just go take my little tokes, and I'm ready. And I'm a brand new man. But I like being out here, man. There's certain parts of your life that you go through, and you just have to, people don't understand it, unless if you're an addict, if you've been an addict, or if you've gone through some stuff, man, you know. And my whole thing started off with when I was molested, and I always blamed myself, and then I would cover it up with the drugs. Till this day, I still do, you know. And
Do you think if that hadn't happened, you may not be here today?
yeah, if that hadn't happened, yeah, because these guys would get me drunk. They would get me drunk. And make me get on my knees. And do things to them that I didn't want to do. It just fucked me up mentally. Never told nobody, never told my mom, never told my dad, my sisters, my brothers, nobody. 2 years ago, my wife found out that I was molested. She never knew. We've been together going to 16 years. She never knew. I never told her until like I said, man, you know what? I gotta tell her, man, what's bothering me, you know? So I told her. She goes, how come you didn't tell me a long time ago? I said, because I didn't want to, because I didn't think. That's not me. That's not a man. But you know what? I am a man. Because I can tell stories. Now I can face people. I can tell people that I was molested. I'm not embarrassed because it wasn't my fault. It wasn't me. I didn't make the choice.
You're how old?
I was 7 years old. I started off at 5 years old till when I was 7 years old. And it wasn't my fault. I was thinking it was my fault, but it wasn't. Until when I realized it and they told me it wasn't your fault. It wasn't you. You weren't the adult. You were a kid. And I don't think if that would have happened, I don't think I would have been doing this because this covers up everything. I have a son that he's no longer with me. He's social service. He took him away. But I was overprotected when my son was around me. I wouldn't let him get near my friends or like him lean up against my friends. I would be like, because that brought memories of what happened to me when I was little. I said, hey man, hey, please don't get close to my son, or son, don't get close to him, you know, like, because that, to me, right away, that's what I would think. I want that to happen to my son. But when I do drugs, I don't think about nothing. I don't think about pain. I don't think about what's hurting me inside. But when it goes away, when I'm not high no more, it starts coming back. That's why I do what I do again, so I can forget about it. But I just know it's just a cover up. That's just a cover up. It's not taking nothing away. It's just a cover up for that moment and that time. And it's gonna keep on happening until when it gets out of my head. I don't think it will. I don't know if I ever will be clean. I plan to be clean one day, but not in this situation. It's I rather I want to get my son back, but it's hard. This life is so freaking hard. You got so much things to think about, like stuff that comes around, and you'll be thinking you're doing good, and suddenly you just like, fuck, what just happened? You just went off the track. You went somewhere else. You were doing good. Not no more. Back all over again. Start everything again. But the drug's always there. The drug's always there. That's the best thing you can do. Like for me, it's the best thing I can do, so I can take my pain away, so I can take everything, so I can forget about everything, you know. And that's what I want to have a normal life one day. One day I just want to have a normal life. I don't know what normal is. I don't even think there's somebody out there that has a normal life, because I think everybody has problems their own way, their own issues. I don't care if you have millions of dollars. You're not happy still. You're probably going through worse things than I am. You know? You probably, these people that are movie stars, they can't even step outside of their house. They can't even go to the grocery store without somebody taking a picture of them. You know? It's like, to me, it's not about money. It's dealing with that issue where I was molested. I think when I take care of that issue, I think everything else would just go away. I think so. It's just I don't know when it's gonna happen. I don't know how to take care of it.
Therapy, perhaps?
I tried it, and oh man, I put her through some hell. I blamed her, like I cussed her out so much. It's like
Your, ther-
Yeah, I used to call her a fucking bitch. I used to tell her everything. Every time she would see me, every Wednesday she would see me, she had tears in her eyes because she knew the way I was.
Why? Because she was trying to get this information out of you?
The stuff, no, it's what it was that when I went to her, she started off, didn't ask me what was my life like. You know, it was like, started off way up here on the top, like what at the end of my life already, like coming to this. No, I told her, why didn't you start from the beginning? How come you didn't ask me how was it from the beginning? When you were little, when you were born, how were you raised? How was your dad? How was your mom or something? No, you didn't even ask me that. You give me a book and then you want me to write how if I want to write a book, I'll go write a book. I need your help, okay? Ask me what's going on with me from the beginning of my life. How did you get to this point? How are you going to know if you don't ask me? I said, you started off over here. I said, that's why I don't like you. I said, what are you here, just for a paycheck or what?
Finding the right therapist
Yeah, and I was like,
is tough.
I go, you know what, you give me a book. I said, I'm not going to write in it. I said, you know what? Writing to me is not nothing. Me expressing myself and my feelings to you and telling you the way I feel and what I'm going through, it's better because you can see it, but you can't see my emotions through the paper and the writing. You don't know what I'm going through. And like from there on, I didn't like her. And one day I just seen her one Wednesday. I said, hello, how you doing? She looks at me and her eyes got water. I said, look, I want to apologize. I want to start all over from the beginning. I'm sorry the way I treated you. I'm sorry the way I talked to you. But that's what I felt at that moment. But can we start all over? She said, yeah.
Was it probably hard for you to get it off your chest too?
Yeah. And when I started all over from the beginning, she understood where I was coming from. She goes, okay, we got to work on this. She's the one that told me, was it my fault? What happened to me when I was little? See, that's what I needed. How was she going to know if I was ever molested if she never asked me? You know? Way over here, but this happened when I was younger. You know? Then she started helping me out. She started making me understand. She goes, speak about it. You talk about it. Don't hold it in. Tell people. Let people know what you're feeling, you know? It doesn't matter. It's not your fault. It doesn't degrade you for being a man if you were molested. There's a lot of people that have been through this. So that's why I'm not scared to tell people. I let people know, like, hey, I could express it. I said, yeah, I was molested when I was little, you know? And then I've had people come up while I'm talking to them, telling them that they say, oh, I was too. I said, is this your first time, like, letting somebody know? They'll say, well, no, you're about the second person because I don't tell too many people. I said, it's good. It's good to let people know, man. You're not the only one. It's not your fault like the way they told me. So to me, it's like, once I deal with that issue, I think everything else will start falling in place. But right now, I gotta like work on that issue. That issue is dealing with that molestation that they did to me, what they did to me, and once I get that figured out, I think everything else is gonna fall in place like the way it should be. I gotta have a perfect life, you know, but I still gotta. I'm not ashamed of myself to tell people what I do or what my drug choice is or whatever. I'm not ashamed. I'm not scared to tell people. This is who I am. This is what I am, and this is what you get of me. Hey, I'm not gonna change for nobody. You know,
How old are you?
I'm 51 years old.
Yeah.
51 years old, and I'm not gonna change for nobody. I gotta do it myself. But if you don't like the way I am, I don't need to talk to you. You don't need to talk to me. I'm not asking you to stay here. But I don't have that many problems because I talk to a lot of people. I respect a lot of people. I treat people like the way I want to be treated. And I think that's where I get to know a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people, and I like that. Makes me feel good. You know, even though that they don't know I'm high, but Yeah, I love it. Even the cops. I talk to cops all the time. They won't even know. I'm higher than high. I'm talking about high. I mean like so high, but they won't even know. They'll be laughing with me, cracking jokes and everything. And like, and I'm like, God, this guy can't even tell that I'm high, and I'm talking to him. It's because that's the way I am. I don't show it, but I do have an issue, and not ashamed to say it. I'm no better than nobody else. I'm just as equal as everybody else. I'm no better than that person that's off the street. I'm no better than him. Uh, I'm as equal as him. We just live different lifestyles. That's it. And that's the thing that's different. But otherwise, this is me, and this is who I am. I'm just a normal person that has an issue. I can't change it right now, but it will happen. But yeah, that's me.
What are you afraid of now at
Uh,
this point in your life?
what am I afraid of? Oh man, I'm afraid of a lot of things. Afraid of, oh my God. I don't know what being normal is. That's what I'm scared of. Because I think I get up and I have to do something. Because I say to myself, I don't function in society without getting high. I can't. I can't. And to me, it's like, I'm scared to be like normal, like everybody. Like if I see somebody that does not do drugs, to be just like them. I try to figure it out. How does it feel to be like that? You know, like, I so many years, man, and haven't been clean, you know? It's like, how I look at these people and I try to figure them out. I'm like, how are they not doing no drugs? How are they not nothing? And they're just like laughing and happy and having a joyful time. But I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm scared of being normal. Just an average, ordinary person. That's what I'm scared of.
What is it about crystal meth that seems like some people go off the rails very quickly, and other people seem to be more like yourself, where you're kind of fairly normal?
Well, the thing is this.
Have you ever gone like had a
To me is
psychotic episode?
no. To me is this. These people that are doing meth. Me personally, myself, when I do it, I get up in the morning, I eat breakfast, then I smoke, then I do my things, and I'll be smoking throughout the day, but I'll be eating and drinking something. These people that are out here, they don't eat, they don't drink,
You don't sleep.
and they don't sleep. But I can sleep.
Do you sleep every night?
I sleep every night.
You see, the people that I'm talking about will go weeks without sleep.
Yes, and those are the people that are noodle grooving, and those are the people that are hallucinating.
Yeah.
Okay, I did that at the beginning of when I started meth. Okay, I used to hallucinate. I used to see things, and then I started figuring this shit out. I said, well, I started noticing when I'm eating and drinking fluids, this shit never happens. So I started doing that, and now that I know, I don't eat big meals. I eat portions throughout the day, but always drinking something, and I'm fine. And I sleep at night, get up in the morning, eat breakfast. You know, I don't hit the pipe. I don't hit the pookie real quick in the morning. That's not my thing. I gotta eat something. And then I'll do my thing throughout the day. And then I go hustle, make my money so I could have some shit, so I could have it for the morning. And then I know I have some enough for me in the morning. Then go do my hustle again. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. You know? But don't get me wrong. If they they need me to work somewhere, do something, I'll do it. I'll work for something. You know, I don't want nothing given to me for free. Nothing in this world is free. You have to pay for it somehow, some way. So I don't want nothing given to me for free. I just want to work for it. I want to say I work my ass for it. You know what? I don't need to share my shit with nobody. It's mine. This is what I work for. It's the way it is. And there's people that can't. They let the drug control them, and I don't let that happen. I don't let the drug control me. I think the day it does, I think that's the day I need to quit doing it. But it has me a little bit, okay? Don't get me wrong. It has me because I still have to do it. But it don't have me to where I'm doing crazy ass shit, where hallucinating, all this other stuff. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm at. I know.
You're living on the street.
Yeah, I I know what I need to do to get to certain things, but I choose to live like this. This is the way I choose to live. Is to my thing is like I don't have to live like this, right? I can be living in a place, but this is the way I choose to live, man. You know, because I don't need to pay rent. I don't pay no bills,
No responsibilities.
no responsibility. But real life is you gotta pay. You gotta pay rent. You gotta pay bills. That's real life, real shit. But I don't want real shit yet. That's the fucking crazy shit about this drug, man. This life. That's what I'm not ready for. I'm not ready for this shit.
I mean, I think having those responsibilities is what gives your life meaning.
Yep.
And you're living a life that's almost meaningless.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm just like, I'm supporting something that, like, it's nothing. But I know what I'm doing wrong.
You live to get your fix, and then you go to bed and you do it again tomorrow.
Yep. And that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm doing all this shit. I'm doing it. I I could say it one way. It sounds good, then I'll just fucking go that other way. I do it the wrong way all the time. You know? It's I have my wife. My wife is like she does fentanyl. I don't touch that shit. I don't like it. Me and her do different things, and I know that if me and my wife have to get help, you know, but I just can't leave her like that and leave her out like that dry, you know. My wife is my wife. We have kids together. Can't just leave her just and go get help for myself. I know it's supposed to be me, myself, and I. I got to work on myself first before I do anything else. If I don't fix myself up, I'm never gonna do nothing. But I can't help somebody else. I can't fix somebody else up. But to me, it's like, if I can't fix myself up, why am I worried about somebody else? You know? I can't do it for myself. I can't do it for nobody else. If you're working on somebody else and not yourself, what the fuck is the whole shit about then? You know? Why are you doing it then? You know, to me, it's like, work on yourself. I think that's my issue. My number one thing I think I have to do is have to work on myself. It's me, myself, and I. That's it. And if I get those correct and I do it the right way, I think I can beat this and then live. Want to say not a normal life, but a family life. Still with a little bit of issues, but not a drug issue. You know, still have your little problems. You know, but I think I can do that. But I don't know when it's gonna happen. That's the thing. That screws me up so bad. I want to do so many things. Can't overwhelm myself. I gotta do one thing at a time. If I overwhelm myself, never gonna get nothing done. Never. So I have to just, I don't know, whenever I'll see you again, maybe if I see you again, maybe it'll be different. Maybe I'll be on where I can say, hey, I haven't touched this in so many years, you know? But this is who I am. This is what I do. And not embarrassed.
I'm not ashamed. But it's my life. I have a lot of stuff on the plate, you know. I went through a lot of stuff. But one thing at a time. And it'll happen, it'll just come through. I think I'll be better. I think I'll have my kids back.
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right. Leo, thank you so much for sharing your
Oh,
story.
yeah.
Wish you the best of luck.
Okay.